This video will tell you about the roles of literature circles.
In order to set up literature circles in your classrooms, you first need to establish your group norms. Each group should meet to discuss what they think is important and successful for a literature circle meeting. Here's an example of what our group norms and expectations look like. Once you have established group norms, it is important that everyone understands each role. In literature circles, there are 5 groups: discussion leader, bridge builder, artist role, reporter role, and diction detective.
The discussion leader is to guide the group. The discussion leader should come prepared each day with high-level questions from the night's reading. The questions should never be yes or no questions and should always require discussion within your group.
The role of the bridge builder is to make connections within the text. The 3 types of connections you can use are text to text, text to world, and text to self.
The job of the artist role is to illustrate something from the reading. In addition to the illustration, the artist should explain in a paragraph what they drew and why they choose to draw it.
The role of the reporter is to point out the important information from the reading. This can include information related to characters, plot, and/or setting.
The job of the diction detective is to examine the word choice within the reading. This includes identifying difficult vocabulary, confusing or important passages or phrases that grab your attention.
All of this will go in your 3-ring binder under the tab Literature Circles. An effective literature circle will look like this.
Okay, so we read chapters 1 through 3 last night. We had Chloe doing artist role, Katie doing reporter role, Swan as bridge builder, Megan as diction detector.
When beginning literature
as
circles, you should start with the artist
Try and
role.
guess what this is.
Is that when Kat realizes that her shoes squeak, but she's never realized that before?
Yes, that was exactly it. So, yeah, I chose this part because Cass never realized her shoes squeaked before, and she just now noticed it.
The artist role should try to have their group understand and guess what they drew before they share their sentences.
Who are you doing reporter role?
So for the setting, we have found out that Kat is at Colgan, which is a boarding school. And for plot, we have the exposition so far, which we have realized that she's been kicked out of Colgan, but she doesn't really know why because she doesn't think that she did the crime. And the character that I chose Hale. And Hale is a very mysterious and brave character, and Kat describes him as being fun to be around. And he doesn't sometimes know when to stop, and he doesn't really make the best decisions either. Hale can be very sneaky, but he's also optimistic. And he doesn't
The
really
reporter
care
role
what
should
he
share
does
about
what
the
he
setting,
wants.
the plot,
He's not really
and the
afraid to get caught
characters.
behind his
Group members should also make sure that they are commenting and agreeing, disagreeing, or generally having discussion with the group about the things that the reporter role is reporting on.
I agree. I think Hale is really sneaky.
This is Swan with bridge builder.
I'm going to do a text-to-text connection. In the book High Society, I can connect to the book about Mary-Kate and Ashley. It is about when someone fakes to look like them and gets caught on camera. They are called to the office and get called guilty. The school expels them for something they did not do. Like the book High Society, the father of the girl or girls in this case is a wealthy man. When the girls discover who expelled them, they are mad because they do not like that person and cannot believe they expelled them. Any comments?
I've never read the book about Mary-Kate and Ashley, but I do agree that what you've said so far does sound like the book High Society with them being expelled, but it wasn't really their fault.
After the bridge builder's role, it will then be the turn of the diction detective. It is important that each member of the literature circle group bring their novel to class, and the diction detective should turn their group to certain pages to follow along.
The man was closer in age to 50 or 80. She was listening, trying to determine whether his accent was more Scottish than Welsh. But most of all, Kat was wondering why Marcus was the only servant she had seen orbiting the planet Hale. I picked this passage because I liked how she was telling us that she was wondering if the silver-haired man was closer in age to 50 or 80, and if his accent was more Scottish than Welsh. This made me very curious since the passage was descriptive. I also liked this passage because I liked how this passage was about cat.
After the
owner
diction
on
detective, it will
one
be the turn of the
what's gonna
discussion
happen
leader.
next.
They should lead their group through the questions that they came to class with. The questions should be higher level, and each member of the group should be engaged in responding.
School when you didn't even do the crime, and it took you 3 months just to apply to get into that school.
Well, I would feel really upset because if it took me 3 months to get in, obviously I really wanted to be there, and then if I got kicked out for something that I didn't do, that would get me really upset.
I agree with Katie. I don't think I would be that happy if I got kicked out and it wasn't my fault.
Chloe, what do you think?
Okay. Well, my reaction would be similar to Kat's because I would want to figure out who did the crime that I didn't commit. So I would go on just trying to figure out who did it since it wasn't me.
I agree with Chloe.
At each meeting, you will be able to assess your group members as well as reflect on what you did that day. Use the rubric to give accurate assessments and know that that's how you will be graded as well.